just send the notification exactly at 4.
Alright, panel's gonna be live in 3,
Yeah, I just got the
2,
notification.
1. Alright, panel's gonna be live in 3,
Yeah, I just got the
2,
notification.
1. Alright, panel's gonna be live in 3,
Yeah, I just got the
2.
notification. Should we add everyone or what?
Well, when I tried adding everyone, the message got deleted, and that's not very Cash Money.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Uh-oh. I love seeing
Whoa,
the
the stream
reaction.
is alive!
Okay, calm down, weeb.
Muted on the stream. There we go.
Alright, now we sit in silence for the next 10 minutes until people start actually asking questions.
Well, we have a little issue because someone forgot to enable the Discord portion.
What?
Because I can't see who's speaking right now.
Ooh. Yikes. Let me fix
Uh-oh.
that.
Oh, I see a Tennessee sandwich
Discord
down there. Why is
voice.
there only 4?
Because it didn't fit. There we go. It's fixed.
Dang.
Let me just refresh Discord chat too. Refresh cache. Boom.
Ew, panel.
Alright, be right back.
Yeah, it's not useful to... This is busted because the... all of the Santa hats are actual elements. So I have like 200 elements in here. Not really, but like 30.
Someone just sent test. Alright, we'll sit here for another 9 minutes. Oh, someone said the Santa hat is offensive. It's like a liberal to me.
It pushes religion. Whose religion is Santa?
Is this an
OS?
VS Code removed it? You should too.
Really?
Yeah, the VS Code Insiders build has Santa hat, and then someone made an issue and on GitHub and accused them, and then took it down. It was sad.
Wow, that is a way to be a Grinch.
Imagine being a Grinch in 2019. Couldn't be me.
SMH my head.
I have watched 76 animes and count. We're gonna go ahead and do
Our
that.
weeb army.
Yeah, where did Weeb go? And where's Ohio? Yep, VS Code actually did it. They actually... Oh my god. Gosh, my bad. That would be pushing religion.
Did you just push religion on my Christian stream?
Yes, I did. Alright. We got 18 watching, yet no one's asking anything.
All right, guys, ask questions. Or let's talk about state. Let's talk about state round and how dank it was.
Dank is a statement that is, I guess you could say it's valid, but
Yo, why can't we get these like 20 stack general chats in a panel?
I have question: is password hunter 2 secure?
Yes.
Wrong. It is not secure. You failed. Opinions on Cisco quiz. Oh, I did the quiz and it took me, I think I'd say about 16 minutes to do and got a 30 out of 30. I don't know why. It was super easy and I'm kind of disappointed.
Big flex. Maybe they shared it with middle school.
No, well, maybe. I don't know. I know the Cisco portion in general for Platinum was shared with Gold.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why they decided to enable that new mode for the quiz.
Oh, that was so easy.
I don't know, like, I guess maybe questions were related to each other, so, like, they didn't want you to be able to. I don't know. I feel like Cisco quiz is always like just Google and pay attention, and you can get a perfect score. Because most of them are like copy paste excerpts from either your modules or anything on Netacad.
Here's a good question for you. This is a very general question. What can we practice on to improve? We got better, or we got in Platinum, but have no clue on how to get better.
Well,
You don't like how I answer this, so you have at it.
well, give your answer, and then I'll build off of it. Because you can do both.
Well, no, you have at it, man. This is your time to shine. Let's hear
All right.
these
Well,
improvement strategies.
the standard strategy is just to check out the vuln categories and look into content related to it. However, that doesn't always work. A lot of the time, it depends on what you're learning, and you have to make sure you're in the right direction for CyberPatriot. So vuln categories are a good way to start, but at the moment, really the best way is to ask questions, I guess, in the Discord. I mean, people are going to answer and give you at least some direction to where you need to look. A lot of them are just going to be, Google your question, but sometimes you'll get more specific answers. And for now, vuln categories are basically all you've got. And of course, practice images when they come out.
So when will some good practice images be coming out?
Soon. Very soon. I mean, not good practice images, but practice images.
Well, why not good ones?
Well, because good is subjective. Can't please everyone.
Of course you can't. It's no
So as
fun
I
if
was
you
saying,
please
I mean,
everyone.
what you could do is review Department of Defense Stig documents, because that's really going to get you far, and I think that's really going to help for semiphiles.
So what are the benefits of STIGs over CIS in your opinion?
Um, I feel that the way that it categorizes the vulnerabilities, because if you get the program called Stig Viewer, it actually categorizes there, and you can see which ones are of like most importance.
That is useful. I know CIS is very scattered and like way too much information to be useful. And a lot of their settings are like they'll set things that you probably wouldn't ever need to actually set, and then they'll miss things that you do need to set, and it kind of isn't fantastic. I mean, like
Yeah.
honestly, if you're gonna go that route anyway, you might as well at least take a look into your either pre-configured files for Linux or group policy objects for Windows, and actually, go through them and make them yourself.
Hmm.
Also, that's a great way to improve. Yeah, I mean, like that is a great way to improve because you'll learn a lot of the categories of operating systems, or at least the operating system settings, and you'll also learn like what programs exist on the operating system and kind of what CyberPatriot can throw at you. What are some of the things you should know for Debian that are not on Ubuntu? Anyone?
Well, I didn't get much. Like I didn't actually do the Debian image last year, but from what I heard, it's about the same as Ubuntu. CyberPatriot wise, just they scored much different things.
It's
Much.
the same type of vulnerabilities. You just take a different approach. For example, if LightDM isn't the login manager anymore, how would you turn off the guest account? That sort of stuff.
Use Google.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just delete the guest account.
So
That's not how
basically,
Linux works.
the way to be good at Debian is to
Use Debian on a daily basis.
secure the vulnerabilities on your checklist, not secure settings for the vulnerabilities, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, for what he just said, you would basically need to know two different ways to do the guest account. So,
And even if you don't know how to do something, but you know you need to do it, it's a Google search away. How to disable guest account on this login manager.
that's actually something that a lot of people have trouble with, uh, is actually searching it up during the round. They'll put in really bad search parameters, or they'll do things that lead them the wrong direction. And that's kind of one of the things that you need to practice is figuring out how to identify the information that's important to what you need to know and recognize search results that are irrelevant to what you want. That's like one of the most vital skills, at least in these rounds. And then obviously, Nats, you'll just.
Nats is. Hmm. You just try your best in Nats.
Weeb, what image will you be doing this round?
Windows.
Windows what? Or
Both
just
Windows.
you doing both Windows on your own?
Huh? No, with my teammate. We legit just switch off midway through the competition.
That's no fun.
That's actually a
Look how-
strategy I've heard a lot.
Yeah,
It's almost like it
pretty
works.
useful. Yeah, it's very useful.
Interesting.
I mean, that's how I got 96 points on Windows 10 last year. So
Only 96? Ew.
what did you get?
I don't know. You'd have to go
Exactly, because
look.
it was below 96.
Probably, yeah. Most likely. On which Windows?
Was 8.1? I think it was 10.
I'm curious, Pepsi
Give it
Poo,
back.
would you take down images that don't use Otis that are posted on your Otis website? Like if somebody just made a Debian image. Cool. Good to know.
On Windows 8.1, I got 78 points. Wow.
I love 8.1. I'm sad they phased it out.
I do not. I disagree with your opinion because it's a bad opinion. Wait, where did Weeb go?
No clue.
When should you configure PAM?
Depends on if you mess up PAM or not. If you do mess up PAM, at the very end. If you don't mess up PAM, whenever you want.
I feel like also like if you're messing up PAM, you're just setting every setting with no direction on what you're doing. So there's really no point in importing that because you're just gonna. I mean, you're not gonna get points. If you do, you'll not get full points. Do you guys have any suggestions for Server 2016? Yeah, learn how to use the server manager very well and learn a lot of the features that you can enable and configure with the server manager because that will be the focus of semis for sure. And maybe learn some of the web server options that are available for Windows Server. Hosts file. I don't know. I feel like the people who say Linux is harder than Windows haven't really explored Windows very well.
Linux is so easy.
What? What are predicted services for Windows 10 and Ubuntu 16?
Alright, I guess I'll change the topic. Wherever that is.
Is it good to switch from Windows to Ubuntu? It's good to know both. Any suggestions for Windows Server 2016 in general? I mean, there's not as much different from Windows 10 other than critical services in the service manager, so
Yeah, like I mean, like if you practice on Server 2016, Windows 10 is going to be uh, the same exact thing. So like, uh, focus on the features that are on 2016 that are not on Windows 10 base.
which like go set up a web server, set up Active Directory and DNS, set up all sorts of those things. You'll learn quite a lot. And you might want to be prepared because if they do Active Directory, there's a bunch of stuff that's a lot different.
Yeah, if they throw an Active Directory, those scores are going to be real low. I mean, honestly, I kind of hope they do because like especially with what they did with I mean, as long as it's not shared, like as long as it's a platinum image, I think Active Directory would be nice. Or I mean, not nice, but challenging.
I hope Platinum doesn't share any images. I hope they're just all on their own.
That would be
It'll give me
fantastic.
it'd give me less time to be able to help other people out on my team, but it'll just be more difficult in general.
Yeah, and the teams that have, like really know their stuff will definitely shine above the rest. You'll start to see those those deltas jump, look more like all service. That's like one of the biggest memes though, is like how all service is like 30-point jumps between the top 3 ranks. It's just like why?
Weeb is trying to get in the top 12 overall, so like including open divisions. We'll see how that goes.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
I would,
Mine,
but Cisco exists.
Dude, you gotta get.
you're forgetting your F grade on Ubuntu, but okay.
I don't know, man. You gotta get that Cisco guy going. Cisco's gonna make a huge difference, especially in all service.
Yo, Mr. Texas, what to configure?
Configuring what?
That's all it says is just Mr. Texas, what to configure. Does CyberPatriot have LAMP installed for you or Active Directory Domain Services installed, or do you install it yourself? Most of the time they'll install it and set it up for you, and not very securely, or you get to install it yourself. Just whatever they feel like doing.
Yeah, honestly, it'll probably depend on the difficulty of the overall image, whether you have to set it up or not.
It would be cool if they made you set it up yourself, but for LAMP anyways. But like whenever you set it up yourself, they can't change settings that are kind of vague inside of it because it just installs as default.
Well, I mean, there is a way they could, but you could fix it before you install LAMP.
Well, they'll usually install it for you and then have some like bad configs.
They have done in the past where they'll make you install this critical service and set it up. It's not as likely, but it can happen. All right, C. I used to use that strategy of purging it all and reinstalling it. And last round, that did not end well.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I had to restart like 5 times. But if you know what you're doing, it's easy vulnerabilities.
but no, well, thank God, I actually backed up my configuration before I purged it all. Like the configuration
Yeah,
they
yeah,
set.
yeah. That's what I did, and like without going into too many details, you can work around at the penalty it'll give you by uninstalling and reinstalling it. Oh, someone wants to know if the terminal says, if the prompt says Ubuntu %, how do you fix it?
That means it's using Zish,
There,
so you have to install
yeah,
bash
there
and
are
change sh.
there are different shells that look different and feel different. So, for example, that one is the Z shell. There's also like the corn shell that I believe Root had. A user's shell is defined in Etsy password. So if you want to change your default shell, you can change it in Etsy password.
Yeah, it's definitely good practice to review everyone's shell that is on the computer because exceptions can be bad.
Mr. Texas, I have a question. Mr. Tennessee, C, I have a question for you. What is
What
your
is your question, Aaron?
How do I configure IIS in Windows Server? I found the sys guides, but I don't understand how to implement them. You'll have to install IIS first in the server manager roles. Then you can go in to the server manager to change it around.
Also, I believe CIS gives PowerShell fixes. Do they also give GUI fixes?
I don't know. Usually I just look at what settings they give you and then I look into those on my own.
How do you know
What
what
are
shells are good and what shells are bad? Just set everyone to bash that's supposed to be able to log in. And yeah.
The CyberPatriot doesn't really care what shell they use. I mean, if they change it, it's just to mess with you and make you like uncomfortable. But they don't care.
Uncomfortable. People will understand.
What exactly is Debian? Debian is just another Linux operating system which Ubuntu is based off of.
Debian is the integral of Ubuntu.
Okay, thanks. Where is the web.config file located? It's like C inetpub. Think like www host and then web.config. Hold on.
What is some stuff that you normally configure that isn't PAM login cctl host?
Yes, the question that's been asked 10 times now.
Where?
The stuff about
Oh.
configuring.
Dude, look, if you have to ask that question, you're basically just asking for a list of configuration files for you to check. Nobody is going to give that to you. You need to look into the operating system as a whole and learn some of the configuration files that have high security implications in the operating system. You can do that
Critical
by
services.
looking at the man pages. Yes, also critical services.
And startup stuff. There you go.
I have a question. I made Platinum, but now I have to do Debian.
That was literally copied and
Okay.
pasted from earlier.
Lovely.
You should definitely probably not purge Python.
I mean, do you use it for scripts? Does the image need it for certain things?
Yeah, I'm
Could-
pretty sure the image needs it.
Sorry if this was answered, but where do you guys get images for practicing? There's images on the web, there's images in the Discord. Personally, I make my own images. There will be some images made soon by other people.
If you break PAM and you get into a root shell, yeah, you can fix it if you know what you did wrong. Most people like don't know what they did wrong with PAM, so they lock themselves out. Because like even if you go into a root shell and you change your password or something, it's authentication's still not going to work if you like broke PAM.
Who's deleting his messages?
I am. He's just advertising. At this point, Pepsi Poo is just advertising.
Yeah, because it's been mentioned multiple times. Okay, chill with that. Pepsi Poo.
Where are they located in the Discord? There's a channel called Resources. Scroll up through that.
Some of those images are actually
What?
dead, like dead links, but eventually this resources will be populated again with at least a reasonable amount of images.
I'm very confused as to how you can delete sudo on accident.
And why do you keep deleting sudo? If it's on accident, how are you doing it? If it's not on accident, why are you doing it?
Santa hats are not aligned. Yes, that is true. It is reasonably difficult to make like 15 Santa hats line up in Streamlabs and also line up with the user profiles dynamically it's not viable.
I think you did a great job.
He's
you.
a sophomore. That's the reason.
Hey, does
Oh.
anyone, for all the dead links and resources, if anyone has the downloads, I could definitely set it up a way to host them that won't go down in a year.
Well,
That's not quarantine.
Google Drive should be
Google
pretty stable.
Drive. Google Drive took down the ISO for the Windows 10 LTSB or whatever it was called.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, they said it was a violation of the terms. I have a download, so I'll see about uploading it to like Mega or something and posting it.
I have a web hosting service we can try.
Mega would probably be better though, because you know they won't take that down, and there's literally no way it's ever going away.
Yeah, I can probably upload it to Mega if people want it.
I think people want it.
It's just the LTSB though, right? It's not an actual practice image. LTSB ISO. I have an education version. I hope my license does not get compromised eventually. Guy gonna ask the same question 50 more times. We'll just mute you if you keep asking the same question over and over again. Stop spamming, please. I'm a coach for a platinum team. What does your coach do to help you guys, or are you self-taught?
Oh, we are definitely self-taught. My coach doesn't know anything.
Yeah, most teams do not have even a training schedule. I mean, most teams just kind of put things together in their own time and of their own initiative. If you are looking to expand on your own coaching abilities, I would recommend just putting together kind of a stable curriculum of what you know they can learn, or asking them what they need help with, and doing research on it for them, and kind of helping, guiding them to where they need to go to learn the content they need help with. It really does take a long time to get an idea of how you need to teach and what you need to teach with CyberPatriot, especially because it's always changing. Top 3 things to get young people started. That's tough. The most important thing to me is
They have to want it.
right. Either if you want them to want it, you have to find a way to motivate them to want it, because if they don't want it, it's a lost cause. But if you're just trying to get people interested, different things motivate different people. I know one of the things that generally draws in people at the beginning of the year for us is kind of all of the stuff that's tied to CyberPatriot. So, or just the course content in general. But the shirt and the challenge coin for all service is like a big deal, because challenge coins are rare. Then you've got scholarship money, the chance at nationals. Learning cybersecurity is probably one of the biggest things that a lot of people look at, because they want to, they'll come in wanting to learn how to hack, but if you spin it right, eventually they'll understand, that they need to learn this kind of stuff first. But it's really just how you spin it, and you got to get them motivated. That's like the number one thing, and then after that, everything kind of falls into place from there.
What if someone tries to do a petition against Linux to make man pages not be not be so masculine?
Am I allowed to answer that FTP question?
Which one? So for
That's
FTP on
one the guy
Ubuntu,
kept asking.
this way to log in remotely using anonymous. I learned this from Hack the Box Fountain. Disable it. That doesn't seem like a question about CyberPatriot. That's just asking the guy knows a vulnerability and he wants to know how to fix it. Like,
Okay. For anonymous login for FTP, there might be like configuration files allowing anonymous login, so you might need to remove those files. And that's all I'll say.
do you guys go for the whole 6 hours? My team is good for about 3, and then they start watching anime and playing Switch. Well, honestly, that comes down to the environment they're in. If they're allowed to do those kind of things, and they're not being told actively to focus and compete, then that's really, I mean, that's likely to happen. Especially if they don't care about doing well. If they get to a point where they're kind of just doing it, to be in the club or to get the stuff on the side, and there's no real reason for them to compete, and they're not motivated, then the competition's kind of just like, hey everyone, let's get together for 6 hours on the weekend and mess around and then go home. So uh, it it really depends on the environment they're in, whether that kind of stuff happens. Also, I mean, it depends on how they're doing. If you see that they're doing really well at 3 hours and they mess around and they're confident that they're going to at least achieve what they're going for, it's probably not a big deal. Um, I know we had our I guess JV team is the best way to call it. Uh, they got to Plat semis, which is really their whole goal this year. I mean, sorry, Plat State, which is their whole goal this year. And when they got to State, it was too hard for them, and they just kind of messed around the whole competition. But there's not really much else they could have done because they were in such a precarious situation. So I guess if they, I mean, just ask them, why they're messing around. Try to figure out why they want to do that instead of the competition, and then work from there.
And I mean, it just determines like how serious you are about going to nationals. We got like, or at least I did. I got really mad at our JV team because they packed up at like 5:45 when they still had like 10 minutes left to get vulnerabilities, and you just need to keep pushing if you're serious about it. How many vulns for semis? Like 40 on Debian and 30 on Ubuntu, probably.
I think that's shooting low. I think that's shooting real low. It depends on what's shared, honestly. If Debian is gold and plat or just plat, um, I'd say we're easily going to see 50 or higher. And then it depends on Ubuntu. Like if Ubuntu is shared, then it could be lower. But I seriously don't see platinum images and semis going below 40 after what they did with State, unless it's shared. And I mean, obviously, we could be completely wrong. We're just speculating, but why does Troy High School always get it? It's so unfair. They have 60 teams competing. Well, I mean, if you look at their makeup and you actually look at all their teams and how they're doing, it's not all of their teams doing exceptionally well. But I mean, it's also the training and the environment. If they are there to win CyberPatriot, they're going to do better than a lot of the other teams that just drop in to compete.
How many teams does Troy have in the top 12? Like 1 or 2?
Are we talking all service or open?
Open.
You're not supposed to have one man do that much. That is true. You are not supposed to technically have one competitor competing at a time, but I mean, he could literally have his teammates show up and just sit there, and it would technically be allowed. So that's not really that like the minimum competitors rules kind of. I don't even know why it's there, to be honest. As far as strategy goes, yeah, you are definitely not supposed to have one person doing everything on the team. That's like teams that do that, they might, make it forward, but they're not making nationals because the problem is, um, you just simply don't have enough time in semis. For 99.999% of teams, like if you have one person basically doing everything, you're gonna run out of time. You're not gonna be able to do very well.
Yeah, for for Linux, is there a way to record all the commands you type? Sure. I mean, there's a command called history that'll like show you your 500 most recent commands.
You have to
If
make
you
sure
want, you
that
can.
you configure history because by default on CyberPatriot it's similar to devnull, and that won't save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. That's like the most 500 most recent commands. You can change it if you want to like 2000 or something.
What if I have things prepared for them and set them up to do it? What's going to happen is they're not going to know how to use the resources the way you do, and so your intent of what they're going to do with the resources is not going to happen, and they're going to end up still performing the same as they would without your resources,
That is
unless they're
exactly what happened in state where that my group policy imports.
so you're really not going to get around training your teammates, and you really shouldn't want to because the more people that you have at a time that know what they're doing, the better you're going to do. So if you would instead put the effort into training your teammates instead of trying to make resources for them, you would probably do a lot better. In fact, I'd argue you're probably going to spend more time trying to prepare resources for them than you will just training them to do it themselves. And if they refuse to do it, well, then you have another problem on your hands.
So are we gonna actually talk about Semi's predictions for critical services?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start off with probably what's gonna be easiest: Ubuntu 16.
Oh, and it's 18. Did they nerf it? Oh no, it was 16
16.
No,
always.
they
You're
nerfed
right.
server.
You're right.
They nerfed server. Sadly, I was excited for my teammate to have no experience with server 2019.
You know the web interface is uh, able to be used on server 2016. It's like an independent thing. Like their admin control or something like that. If you go to the evaluations section on their site where you download the server 2019 evaluation, things like that, they actually have the administration tool, and you can deploy it on Windows Server 2016.
Well, that'd waste time.
Yeah, just cool thing you can
That
do.
would be cool.
Well, it wouldn't be
All
cool
right.
for a competition, but it's just.
All right, so what are the critical services predictions on Ubuntu 16 for you guys?
Like depending on how hard they want to make it, Samba and SSH.
Yeah. See, I saw someone say Samba and FTP, which kind of confused me. there's not really a point to have both of them on one machine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe a remote desktop client instead of SSH, but I don't know.
if they're gonna do remote desktop, they're probably gonna do X2Go on Debian. I think they're gonna either do X2Go and Bind9 on Debian, and then the LAMP stack on Ubuntu, if they want to go super hard on both images, or they're just gonna stick with the LAMP stack on Debian and just Samba on Ubuntu.
hmm
I want to see XAMPP. I think that would be funny. Or if they just completely change stuff up and run like a completely different stack on Windows or Linux.
What if they just did like a home web server as an actual critical service?
Or like a SMTP server.
This panel,
Oh wait, I
This.
just forgot something.
y'all. This panel is just not.
It's not.
It's just not.
Yeah, the what's not is your nickname.
And Jolly Thanos. What? It's Christmas
You
time.
gotta be festive.
It's
I am
festive, not no. It's what you get. Not being festive.
What did you
Just
do? Did you just...
Oops.
Got him.
Oh,
festive.
Why am I
Well-
festive Snowden?
Because you're supposed to be festive to be in this panel.
God damn it.
yo, what if we just rename iMac?
I don't know why it's not letting me.
It's almost like I'm the owner of the server or something.
Well, that's dumb. I should still be able to rename you.
Let's see if I
Alright.
can rename you. Oh, wrong button.
Oh,
Ooh.
shoot.
We need to have a bot to start doing this.
I can just get a, I can right click and just hit ban on him too. So, oops.
I had
Um,
more experienced Linux guy on Debian or Ubuntu. Most likely Debian, but you should wait to see which is going to be the hardest whenever images are sent out.
Ubuntu is definitely not going to be harder than Debian.
They might pull a switch.
They might do a bamboozle. Watch this. They're gonna make a bun. They're just gonna go to Ubuntu and they're gonna delete the desktop. And just like force you to
Please.
use PowerShell.
I would
Please.
love that.
Please do that.
That would be
Please
amazing.
do that.
Make everyone install their own manager, or just make everyone use CLI.
they delete apt-get.
No,
Oh, that's okay.
you get
apt-get
penal-
is depreciated. Use
They
apt.
delete. They get rid of apt too. You have to manually install the deb from
apt
Firefox.
install
That's
apt.
fine.
No, they just give you a penalty if you install a desktop manager.
Yeah.
No,
Everything
apt
is command.
install
Okay,
apt.
okay, server 2016, straight CLI.
Bet.
Someone needs to have like
Only
a
command line.
something's like a portable version of GNOME.
You know what sounds like a horrible version of GNOME? You.
Roasted.
Toasted.
Fair.
Oh, I got $50 Steam gift card. Let's see. How do I add that to my wallet?
You can send it to me and I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Thank you. Who said that?
me and Snowden.
All right. So
Or was it
here's,
Snowden or Matthew? I think it was Snowden.
here's the code, Snowden. Give me a second. I'm messaging you.
So iMac, are you going to Nats this year or what?
Oh, let's hope so.
I don't think I know his team number.
Uh-oh. Imagine not knowing his team number in 2019.
I know.
So you're just
I know
number one in
literally
cap.
everyone else.
There
I
you go.
don't know his.
You don't know mine.
iMac, are you just number
Oh,
one
you're
in
right.
cap?
No, I'm not even close to number 1 in cap. I don't have the willpower to put in the time.
He's
I'm
smurfing.
going to Nats, and Shiversoft is also going to Nats.
I doubt Shiversoft is going to Nats.
Oh, just you
Got
wait.
him.
Dang.
Just I wait, I will.
If you spend a little less time
so-
on your project,
Did we do the TZTs yet?
No. I mean, we kind of
Who's
have.
dying?
What's going on?
I don't know.
Not
Should we do it? Should we do it, Shiversoft?
What are we gonna do? I don't know.
I don't
I didn't
know
plan
either.
anything.
I didn't plan anything either.
I was gonna ask you, but
Just get ready for a surprise on Christmas.
there you
on
go.
Christmas,
Yeah.
There you go. That's to everyone.
I get to work on Christmas.
Okay, well that sounds like a personal problem.
Nah, I need those hours.
Double time too.
Why are you working when you could be grinding CyberPatriot?
Yeah, exactly.
I work for like 2 hours. It's fine. I don't know
Okay,
why
Ben,
we're
is
open on
that
Christmas.
No,
I love Christmas.
I do too. Christmas is simply the best. Oh wait, we can't say it. There might be a rule that bans us from saying Christmas soon
oh god.
in the server.
What? I thought that vote did not pass.
It did not. It didn't. But I'm just saying.
Of course, it's what the vote that happened like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah.
how close it was. Like it was just like I think it was just 2 people away from passing.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That
I
would have been
would-
really annoying.
Oh,
I
you
would-
can't check
I would
Honestly,
just-
it would just made my moderating or like moderating so much more difficult.
I would
No,
have
you said
just
that as a
not
banned
done
word.
it.
Huh?
Use it to add it as a banned word.
Just
in the
add
new
Trump
section,
as a
but-
banned word.
Yes.
Okay, we have to do Hillary, Bill Clinton,
We'll just do our entire list of.
NBC News, ABS,
Fox.
CBC,
Every
CBS,
s-
CNN,
Every
Fox
single
News.
presidential candidate ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Lincoln,
George Washington, he's out of here.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson, none of them.
Okay.
Ooh, we couldn't even talk about high schools.
Oh yeah, that's true. Too
Well,
bad.
actually, shouldn't it have been technically 3 votes away since one of the people who voted for yes shouldn't have actually gotten a vote?
What was it, Matthew?
No. The one
Right.
below that.
Huh?
It's amazing.
That's so rude.
Everyone just leaves.
They're going to talk behind everybody's backs.
They have
No.
chats, too. It's the
But
thing.
do you
Yeah, use direct messages or something.
Well, that's too much work. You have to like type. All right, so let's actually try to get this
Was there any
prediction.
questions?
Well, the one about the predictions. All right.
Okay, bound to win. I don't need your sass, okay?
Whoa, that was like a real dox, dude.
Huh?
You doxed Val.
Yeah, you literally just doxed one of my competitors, dude.
That's
Not
weird
cool.
because I was just reading his name straight off the YouTube thing.
Mhm.
He just said this panel's not very
Technically,
productive,
you-
so I said I don't need your sass, Boundwin.
Shiversoft, you doxed him because you said he was your
Yeah,
competitor.
you're the one. You're the
Oh.
one that associated
No,
his name.
you literally. Well, I didn't
You-
say who said anything, but like, why did you? Not cool.
He literally said this panel is very productive, and I said, well, too bad. So Zone fault for using his full name for his username.
Wait,
What
he did?
losers do
We
that?
should ban IMAP.
Yeah, for
like I was
his
saying,
for
and
his
I
YouTube
dropped already.
username, it's full name.
Oh, never mind then. I don't care. He did it to himself. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Forehead.
Well,
And
wow.
now that he said forehead, now that even revealed who it really was. All right,
Who?
I
so
thought I didn't see the YouTube chat because my eyes are bad. So I thought you were literally just like saying his name at a. I was like, not cool.
Oh,
Not
Matthew's
cool.
fault.
So are you getting me anything good for Christmas, iMac?
A forensics tool.
Someone should get me Vones for Christmas.
I gave you a forensics tool, Mr. Festive. CaliPatriot.
I was about to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 festives.
Huh?
There's
Yeah.
5 festives.
There's
You
4
can-
festives.
Congratulations, you can count, and you counted wrong.
What do you mean I counted it wrong?
There's only 4 festives.
No, there isn't. There's 5.
Okay, name them.
Festive Rice Farmer, Matthew, which is Festive Shitposter, Festive Snowden, Festive Tea and Patriot, and Festive Yo.
Where's
Snowden
Festive
isn't
Snowden?
festive.
Snowden's not festive.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Oh.
on the disc. Like that's weird on the YouTube. It is, but not on the
Oh,
actual.
that's weird.
Oh, he.
I was
Oh.
forced to be festive.
Calm down.
How's this working?
You know what? I'm just gonna put the predictions in chat because I haven't been very useful in saying them.
I feel like the Tennessee team is probably not going to make it, just based on their captain
Nope.
and how incompetent he is.
Yeah.
He's pretty terrible. I hate that kid.
I heard that Tennessee team was really bad.
Yeah, they cheated apparently.
Yeah, they got banned. Did you see it on the score sheets? It just says banned
Yep,
for being
yep.
from Tennessee.
Minus 200.
Minus 200.
Banned from not being from California.
Exactly.
My predictions: ASAF gonna take it. What?
No, Air Force. Yeah.
Oh,
Air
yeah.
Force TX is going to take. Yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
that's a given.
Why is the general 2 chat locked?
Huh? We have a general 2 chat?
Yeah,
Voice
I know,
chat.
right?
It
But
should
it's
be locked.
Well, I
Oh.
can't click it.
That's awkward. There you go.
Nope.
Well, that's gay. Alright, well, I'm gonna bounce. I have to play video games, so.
Why don't you work on some festive things that we are on a very tight timeline on?
Because you didn't give me a festive checklist to get things done on.
Hey, work with Rainbow. Just make some Easter eggs.
Dude,
or
Rainbow
something.
is never on. I message him, he takes me 4 days to reply.
Well, he was talking to me all this morning. All right. Whoa.
Why don't you work on the festive
Whoa.
project?
I am. I have it open.
Double everyone could just check your thing now and just see what you're working on.
Yep. They can see program.cs.
Developing a scoring engine.
That doesn't mean anything. That can
That's
mean
true.
anything. That can mean anything.
Yes, just in a CyberPatriot server. At least it's not a glorified batch script.
Yep.
I want to see how many Otis things there are.
2 still, I believe.
Oh, that's awkward.
Hey, he said he wouldn't remove other practice images that don't use the Otis engine on his thing.
So, it's just okay.
So technically,
No.
it would be okay.
No.
You mean that
Oh, there's
really
an
good
updates panel now.
Tennessee team that got points super quickly? All right, what else? What else should we go over? I put my beautiful predictions in general chat.
3 services for server. Interesting.
Yeah, there's only 2 images.
Well, no, I mean 3 services for server alone.
I mean, it's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of competitors on these engines, but like all of them are at 0. Oh no. Oh, Rainbow, you got 100 on it. Rainbow got 100 on it.
Wow, nice job, Rainbow.
I wonder how easy it was. It took him.
He
It
sent
took
me
him.
the answer
It took
key.
him 30 minutes.
He sent me the answer key in DMs. It was pretty funny.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
It's funny because Rainbow is not even Linux.
DNS, Active Directory, and yeah, that's reasonable. I don't think they're remote desktop. I think if they do Active Directory and DNS, I don't think they're gonna do anything else.
Look
I
at
think that they would probably do SMB rather than
look at
FTP.
General. This guy got
Honestly.
it. Like I think he scripted everything. There's nothing. There's no leaderboard or anything.
Who's the person?
He just
Uh,
won. That's what happened.
He just won. Yeah. GTO.
Oh, GTO. That's the guy who made the image.
Well, I'm retarded.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
No,
Oh
here's
my. It took
Plus,
remix.
scripting
Guys, it
protection
took
was like-
remix so long. It took him from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
here's what you do. You create one account, get all the answers using Wireshark, create another account where you fix it all, and then start up.
Right. Wait,
the
yeah.
account.
Can't you just open up the stupid bash, the XML file or whatever, just to get everything?
No.
Dude, you
'Cause
could
it-
literally hook process memory and just
Wait, can't you
paste
just use-
in the answers.
Wait,
Or-
why not just have someone who has like the answer sheet with you and then tell you if they're getting stuff right or wrong?
That's too much.
What do you mean?
That's too much. You just run a script to set your score to the score you want because it's client-sided.
All right, I'm leaving. Later, y'all.
Peace.
Later.
He's not gonna make Nats.
Rip.
He spends too much time on that festive project.
When you speedrun our festive project, let me know how fast you finish it.
Took me a week to finish mine, but then again, yours is a lot more complicated than mine.
Oh, I'm not talking about the engine. I'm saying like when you speedrun our image,
Oh,
let me know how fast it goes. It should take you like 0 seconds, except for the forensics questions, which you should know how to do and finished nearly immediately. So, it's an easy image.
I mean,
I can command line it. I mean, because I already know the vulnerabilities, but I can do it on the command line. I can do like 17 out of 20 vulnerabilities in like a minute. So, yeah.
there's a lot of it user auditing
Mm,
and
kind of.
password. Is a lot of it done in local user manager and local security policies?
Yeah,
Just those two combined.
right. We wanted to make it an easy image just to start out with, because there's a lot of other things that are going to be really weird with the image that'll kind of cause people to have issues, but
Things that separate it from a normal CyberPatriot image,
yeah,
so it's a different experience.
yeah, for sure. That's an understatement, actually.
Someone should make a Cisco packet tracer that consists of everything needed. Well, you know what, Riziko? You have at it.
Yeah, why don't you do it? You're like one of the top scoring Cisco scores. Like, just do it yourself.
Oh yeah, I got like top 70 in Open and All Service Platinum. Get on my level.
Lazy 400.
How do I update the Windows? Please, need help. You click.
You don't.
Oh, wrong channel. Oops.
I'm gonna ask Rainbow about something. Can we...
Is there any way to like force Windows updates though to update now and not later?
Yes.
Click
Interesting.
update now. I
But
mean,
it's pending for like half an hour.
click update now. I mean,
Even if you press update now.
Is
It-
there a-
You may have to restart some of the dependent services like bits,
Uh,
or you might need to clear the update cache because it might be corrupted.
fun.
Offline updates for Linux? Probably.
You can, but I don't know why you would.
Linux updates are kind of fast compared to Windows, so there's not much needed.
Yeah, I don't see why you would need it.
And you can do it on the background.
And there's tools you can use to speed up the updates.
Really? Like what? I've never heard of those.
I'm not going to share.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could just change what it updates to. I mean, you don't need everything.
What do I do when Windows blue screens?
Power the computer back on? I don't know.
I mean, you could look up the error, and then for every single error has the same process of fixing it. Run SFC and check disk. It's literally what every blue screen error code says to do.
A lot of the time, blue screen issues are just from drivers. Because a lot of drivers will start as a kernel driver and mark themselves critical for no good reason, and then when they crash, it's just over. What if it keeps doing it and I can't fix it? It depends on what it is. You need to be more specific with the actual error that you're getting, and you need to. Doesn't it give you the faulting module? It'll give you like the error code and then the faulting module. If so, write that down, and then analyze it, start in safe mode, and fix it. If you can't do that, start in recovery mode for Windows and mess with the disk manually from the command line. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to fix it.
Alright, so, Riziko, you're the Cisco guy in the panel. How much harder is this round from states Cisco-wise? Riziko.
Wow, he's muted.
Dang. What's with
How
the
much
5
harder
teams
is
in the bottom right
how much
corner?
harder is semis Cisco gonna be than compared to states Cisco?
What's with the 5 teams in the bottom right corner? Oh, that's a Tennessee sandwich.
I'm like deaf. Oh, he's probably got a lot of background noise. I think that's what he's saying. Because I know, like, sometimes when I call, there's a lot of background noise. Yeah, he said shitty internet plus background noise. Oh no, I just cursed. That's it. It's over. I'm banned. Crap.
Oh
Yep.
no.
You know, I've been real careful with that. Do you like how well our friend has done, Paul?
Which friend? Oh,
Our
yeah,
hidden friend?
that friend, yes. I do like that.
Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wait, what did you ask me earlier?
How much
whoever
How
harder
else
much
got
was...
harder is semis Cisco gonna be compared to state Cisco?
much harder because the instruction sucks last year, and I scored like 80 points last year, and I got 60 semi. Like I went from 80 points state round to 66 semi.
Great. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at a score of 60 semis, since I got about 80-ish.
Well, he is a lot better this year than he was last year, and I'm sure you're a lot better than he was last year. So it may be a little bit less of a drop, maybe about 10 points, but
Debian carry?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
no,
I'm
Cisco
definitely carrying
carries because
Debbie.
Cisco is strong as hell.
Debian's gonna carry for us at least.
Images in general
mean-
for this round carried, but I'm hoping we don't not a single portion carries. This round just all of them do well.
Dude, just get 100 on everything. Easy.
Yeah, but everyone else is gonna like hopefully do poorly in Debian. So
Yeah. Dude, Cisco, you better start preparing now or you have no chance.
is that better, Toasty? I banned the
Is
anime.
Toasty in here? Is
Isn't that
Toasty in
panel?
here?
Uh,
Oh, wow.
Toast in chat.
How similar are the Debian and Ubuntu images? From how this is how Rainbow described it last year in like during the round. He said take everything you know about CyberPatriot and throw it out the window. I
Well.
love that description. They're somewhat similar, it's just they will score a lot different things.
Yeah, Matthew, it's certainly going to be an interesting,
Day.
yeah.
Wish
For
they did
Air Force.
100 vulnerabilities for Debian. Just
Dude, if
100
we have Air
vulnerabilities.
Force people in, tell them I'm coming for them if they're doing Cisco.
Oh yeah, you're already top in all service Air Force, but
A top Linux in all service Air Force.
Hey, we should get a team of full like top people and then just make it, just, all combined like FaZe Clan, but like better.
But we have to have.
Yeah.
Well, see, as in local or online.
Local and online, dude.
Well, if
Just
it's gonna be
combine.
online, you'd need a big organization to sponsor.
big? Why big?
Well, not big, but just a organization,
I can
and not some
sponsor.
makeup one.
I can sponsor.
Yeah,
Just
just
to make a fake corporation.
It's not fake if you register it. It's a legitimate business.
You know what? Have at it. I would love to see that.
I mean, technically, meet requirements.
we could just make a team full of people from top categories on the Discord and just combine.
We'd have to do open though. You couldn't flex your all service anymore.
Yeah,
Still,
Imagine,
open's rough.
imagine not being an open division. Wait.
Bro, imagine not making nats because
Cause what?
you're in open.
Well, I mean, what if I do make nats and I'm in open? That's a what if. You know?
Well, good for you.
Not
Good
being
for
in
you.
Space Force JRTC.
Oh, dude, that's my dream. Dude, the moment they have Space Force JRTC, get out of here, Air Force. We don't want you.
Not gonna be much networking in the Space Force.
Yeah, what if?
No, dude, I'll just networking for them in space. Just do it for them in space.
You have to have the space fiber.
Shit. This panel is like so productive. Very productive.
It's generally how the panel goes. People ask
Who
questions, they run out of questions.
Who owns the CyPad account?
I don't know, but it's not an own. Like multiple people have the login credit. Well, not multiple actually. Only 3, I believe. 3 people have the login.
Yes.
Does anyone know why they're doing only Friday, Saturday? Like, is there a specific reason for it?
It's because teams that compete on Friday talk with teams that compete on Sunday.
Well, that's
They
not
can
like
still
a
talk.
guaranteed reason.
They can still
felt-
talk to people that compete on Saturday though. So like,
And if they
Does it
take
really
out
matter?
Saturday, I can't compete at all.
Yeah, but like taking out Sunday gives like it's more equal because the teams that compete on Sunday usually do get an advantage because they can judge like how difficult each image is compared to the ones that go on like Friday.
And let's be real, they get the leaks too. Like, you know, the leaks that happen all the time everywhere.
Reddit,
Yeah,
whatnot.
the Sunday teams are going to see all of those leaks and have information on it. Not necessarily saying that they compete on Sunday because of that, but that is something that happens.
Like if answers are posted on forums, all the Sunday teams have like the questions are already answered versus like the Friday teams.
Why would you
So
want to just get the answer without trying on a free
because
screen?
they
Because you
want
want
to
nationals,
cheat.
but you don't want to put in the work for it.
That
That's
is
what a lot of teams do.
Everybody else on my team.
Well, the reason they keep doing badly is because they won't stoop that low. So, at least we've got that, right?
Saturday is gonna be so intense because like you just see like the scoreboard and everybody start checking it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it. Well, no, it won't go down because of the lower amount of teams.
January 25th will be a very interesting day.
Yes, it will.
You know, I think would be interesting is if the images are different, depending on the day. There's no way they could pull that off. Never mind.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
take it back. There's no way.
Yeah, they couldn't, but unless they completely changed how they do the competition, and
Yeah.
I doubt that.
I'm not saying like they're not capable of it, but like I don't think with the way they're currently set up, it would work. So I take it back.
They would have to
Like-
have teams register, hey, I'm competing on Friday, or hey, I'm competing on Saturday, or just make two separate images that will
Well, no.
self-destruct if opened
They would just
outside
tell the
time.
scoring engine to score for different things on different days. That'd be the easiest way.
Yeah.
No,
But
he's
their
saying like
engine's client-sided.
a completely different
Yeah.
image.
Although the way they do it between tiers, I believe, anyway, is for the lower. Oh no, they don't. I was gonna say I swear like you know like how they'll have sometimes like a platinum gold and then they'll have a silver version of it. The silver version's just less vulns, but it's the same scenario as far as I know. So
No, they get different images and different readmes.
Not always different readmes. I mean,
yeah, I think sometimes it's the same image.
I'm pretty sure the readme says your tier on it though.
It does.
if
Well,
it does change,
well, they would
sometimes it'll say platinum, middle school, and silver, something like that.
But also, I mean, they host the readmes, so it's just a link. So like their images wouldn't. But like what I'm saying is like I don't know if silver would necessarily have an entirely different scenario. I think it would be the same thing, just a little bit easier.
Someone want to go volunteer to do silver and tell us?
We had a silver team at my school one time.
We almost had a silver team this year, but we had to move the one person on that one team to our team.
Yep.
When will the team scores be released? What do you mean? Crunch.
They technically have been already, but the official scores are being delayed. Like I mean, like the static scores are delayed because coaches are not certifying your scores. Yeah.
Doing the form that takes like what, maybe max 2 minutes to fill out that they had a 4-day heads up on. Yeah. I think they should have just said, hey, since you couldn't fill this simple form out, you get a 0. No exception.
Oh please.
That would
That's,
help so many teams.
That eliminated one of our competition.
Right, which would be beautiful.
Yes.
Or at least get like a massive penalty. Because if they can't certify that they didn't cheat, it's a little sketchy. I don't know.
I mean, but then again, also, I mean, like, let's be real here. It's just word of. I mean, it's word of mouth. You're taking your coach's word for it. So like, really, the certification form isn't much of a barrier against cheating. It's just like
It's just trying to
the honor
like a
system.
scare.
Yeah. I think it was
Dude.
a weird way to handle
But
that.
But at least this round, for the most part, it's going to be a lot more difficult for teams to cheat with the beautiful check pass system.
That strategy that people do where they will like for example, I guess strategy's fine. So I know people will actually import like full audit policies, for example, on Windows with like everything success and then like everything failure, and then they'll do like, you know, mixed combinations or whatever, and they'll just write down whatever they get points for and then restart the image. It's like that kind of stuff is just really like cheesy stuff that should not be in the competition. So I like the check pass should be, yeah, which is good.
Nothing can stop it though.
Yes, it can.
Like,
if they don't know what they got points for, they're not going to be able to record what they got points for. If you see audit policy check passed, I mean, how are you going to know what in that list that you imported? You know, like that
Exactly.
kind of stuff.
Can someone explain to people who don't know how the check pass system works?
What?
Yeah,
People who
in
don't know, can you explain
in semis they don't want you to share vulns, so they'll only tell you the category of the vuln you got. So
I'll
like
post an
user
example.
auditing check passed in like comparison to specific user is removed.
Yeah, we have an example of that. Let me see if I actually even have. Oh no, I don't. It's on the actual image. Never mind.
That's an example of it in general. That's what it would show on your score report. Yeah, they should check pass every round, in my opinion. Or at least, I mean, not even. I think they should not check pass round 1 and round 2, and then they should do it for states and semis, since those two are the actual elimination rounds.
Or they should just find a way to, or you know, actually start implementing persistence. Like if you delete a user, I mean, that's persistent. You're not going to get those points back because, I mean, it's supposed to somewhat simulate a real environment. You delete an administrator, you are going to get hammered for doing that. So maybe just be more careful type thing.
Just don't delete a user and admin. I mean,
Yep. I think like a lot of the problems that come around regression can just be fixed by not enabling regression for certain things. And then, you know, the teams who like full restart their images, I mean, I guess if they want to leave that as an option, that's fine, but like, I mean, maybe a
restarting
penalty.
an image restarting 5 times.
Yep.
That's 1744.
Me.
Oh yeah,
Matthew, how many times did you have to restart, Matthew?
5 times.
Great. Now I gotta look at the graph. Give me a sec.
we had 6 restarts in round 2.
In round 2?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I restarted 5 times for 2 vulnerabilities, so it was worth it.
Why?
I feel bad for people who had to restart on Cisco because, like, you have to turn on autosave, or if your packet tracer just crashed, you basically lose a bunch of points.
Or you could just like be really persistent in your saving.
Yeah, like they tell you to do. I mean,
Yeah. Or you can just turn on autosave.
You know, what's
Big
funny is
brain
when
moment.
autosave crashes your your program.
See, I don't do that. I manually do it because I am afraid of that.
Look at that beautiful Windows 10 graph.
Yikes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
if it was the same reason that it broke every time, why would you keep doing it?
Probably copying and pasting scripts, honestly.
Well, no. That's the team with good Ubuntu scripts. That's the top Canadian team
Oh.
with the
Is that
killer
right?
Ubuntu script. I mean, look at that line. I mean, Jesus.
Did they get a penalty, though, at those spots? Or was it just restarting for something else?
They broke their images.
Oh, okay.
That's what the Windows 10 is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They restarted 5 times because they broke their images. Their image on Windows 10. Which I'm pretty sure was the same reason. I don't know the reason, but I'm willing to bet it was the same exact reason.
I think if your script or your like I used to kind of say like, you know, if it's not broken, you did it wrong. But like at the end of the day, like that's really dumb because the things you're breaking are just you not understanding your script or your imports or being lazy and, you know, using other things that you don't fully understand. So if your image breaks after your import or your script, you're doing it wrong.
Matthew, maybe that's why you didn't get at least a C grade. Just saying.
Alright, so what are the remaining topics? We've gone over festive topics, we've gone over semis predictions, we've gone over state round, and over a lot of questions. I think we covered the and
how do you
more.
pronounce Bolin?
Ballin.
B. Allen.
It's just B. Allen. I mean, why would you say ballin?
It's
It's Barry Allen.
it's
Exactly.
Ballin.
It's Barry Allen.
It's
From the
Ballin.
Flash.
No, it's Balance.
It's Ballin.
It's B. Allen.
Uh,
Alright, so let's get into something very productive. What are y'all's plans for Christmas?
Did you just say that word?
Yep.
you're
Oh
banned.
God, that's legal. Ban him.
Oh
You're
my
banned.
god.
Ban me. Come on, do it.
I shouldn't be talking. I can't ban anyone. What is the vortex
Dang.
bot?
Pushing
Who used
religion again.
Vortex? Who used Vortex?
Well,
I didn't know it
apparently that's
existed.
what we have to use now, and yeah, so we started using Vortex.
Rainbow is
Didn't
in the
you
chat and has not
V6
responded to my
Rainbow?
DM. That is offensive.
Wow.
Rainbow.
It's Rainbow.
Imagine having an idea on a project, and then a year and a half to 2 years later, it ends up being nothing related to you because you can't even help out with it at Rainbow.
What?
Hey,
Wasn't it Rainbow's idea that originally started the whole Festive project?
I mean, well, the engine is not the Festive project, but
Oh, there's a different Festive project?
An image. But
Well,
yeah, he
that's-
had the idea for the engine, but he's been helping. Like we literally sat in a call for like 9 hours last night. So
Jeez. You could have been like working or something. Or
we
like
were.
getting ready for CyberPatriot. No, working is in making money.
Oh yeah, well that's hard.
This guy is just gonna code some games. Don't even know how it's going, but like, he's prepping
I haven't
for
opened that
another
project
plan.
in like a month and a half.
Right now for you is scoring engine, a little bit of SciPat
College.mp4.
in college, but you haven't even started. So like,
Alright, so what do you think the likelihood of your team making Nats is, Riziko?
I don't know, man. Ask my teammates.
Should I ask your coach?
Dude, you
Or
can't
not your
even
coach, your
contact my
mentor?
coach. Yeah,
Your
dude.
mentor, my bad, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you can ask him. He'll tell you.
Hey, Shiver. What's the likelihood of Riziko's team making Nats?
I don't know, man. You should ask him.
Alright, let me...
Shiver, what's the likelihood of us making nats?
Negative zone.
It could be the same or more than other teams.
Paul, what do you think?
What do I think?
Oh, it'll be pretty low if your Cisco guy keep his effort up, you know.
Well, should we talk about any one of your Windows scores for this round? Cause
Oh,
yeah,
Are you just gonna roast me again? I see. All right.
You're not gonna make it with that Windows 10 score.
Yes. No. Okay. They literally got 0 vulnerabilities related to group policy.
Impressive.
0.
I mean, was Windows 10 was your lowest score, and it was the easiest portion of this round.
There were some barriers in there that were certainly not easy for teams who do not know how to fix said barrier.
Oh.
Fixing said barrier would probably be just a Google search away.
Not if you
But then
Google
again,
the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Not if you don't know how to Google.
Yeah. We need a course in the Discord where it's how to Google for CyberPatriot.
I mean,
Paste the entire error.
we literally have a practice over it, like Googling practice.
You know, I probably should do that. I have a
What do
great
you-
idea for practice images for
You,
next
you,
year.
you don't need Google practice with that 30-30 Cisco quiz score, you know? You
I
don't need
mean-
any more Googling practice for that.
Well, if you're talking about this round, it doesn't take much Googling practice to get a 30-30 this round.
I got 27.
Shiver.
Mm-hmm.
27 out
Yeah,
of 30?
I threw.
27. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I threw.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
You threw it?
That's-
Is that what it was?
That's making like a tiny mistake. That's not a bad. 27
I know
out of 30,
exact.
That's okay.
I know exactly which question I missed too. Which was pretty stupid, but it was the only one that I was like, oh, I don't know this, and I suck at goaling.
So we're really not doing anything productive.
Yes.
But no one's asking questions, so that sounds like someone else's problem. What should we talk about? We could talk about scripts this round, how that's gonna go.
Are you scripting?
I have.
See, I'm actually considering making my scripts have 0 automatic readme parsing and making them a lot safer in case CyberPatriot just does even the littlest dumb thing to the image, that it won't destroy it. If I'm able to do that before the round, then yeah, I'll probably script.
I think a lot of the time the reason people say scripts are not useful in the later rounds is because they are used to seeing subpar scripts. And if you make a very well crafted product, it can certainly work for you in semis. And it doesn't have to do everything either. A lot of people seem to think it's like all or nothing with scripts. Like, it has to either secure the entire image or it's not worth doing, and it's like, that's not true.
That's
Partial
the
points
dumbest
are
idea.
points.
If you can even get maybe 25 points in semis, you're with scripts, that's 25 points you don't have to spend 30 minutes trying to find.
Oh yeah, if whoever doing Cisco, they should probably start like making script for it or something.
I'm not
Because
letting my
ASA
teammates do it.
Because ASA and stuff are like super long.
But is it so long to the point? Because Cisco, how it seemed for my team, it's gonna be like finish it in 3 hours and then just check it for the next 3 hours. Is that how it is with round 4?
Last year, no. Because the thing about it is like VPN and like ASA, those two usually take a very long time considering the instructions is like horrible. And like ASA has different command syntax for basically everything besides assigning IP address. Like in the module, the last one, they literally have every single thing that you will learn over it, like the previous like 3 modules. But like with all different syntax and like add more commands to it. So like I say that you could maybe do it like 3 hours completed and then 3 hours check. But it's not gonna be easy. Because 3 hours is like a pretty short amount of time.
Is it
all the typing?
Well, would it be more like 4.5 hours completed, or is it like you're gonna spend the entire 6 hours and not finish?
That's like a really big possibility because semi is very long. Like they have a lot of things you need to configure because it's like everything since the beginning combined into one thing. So
Riziko, did you do? Oh, never mind. I think I've already asked you it. Never mind.
yeah.
All right. What is going on with 12-1936? What exactly is that team? Well, they just did good. I mean, I don't know what you mean. What is going on? They just did pretty good this round.
How are they
'Cause-
scoring so well? Because they're good at what they do? I mean,
all those teams are pretty close. Like the top 3 are all pretty close scoring. They all did well. Next team had a few point drop, and then it was a bunch of also close points, like under a point differences.
I feel like people are convinced that because somebody did, phenomenally well, that they have to be
Cheating.
either cheating or doing something, insane. And it's like, it's not really true.
Paul, are you cheating? Or chesting, I should say?
Yes, chesting.
Chesting.
We all know Paul's a dirty cheater.
Whoa, you're breaking rules. You're breaking rule number 10.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you're
Yes,
breaking rules.
Chester. Sir Chester.
How
Sorry,
are
my
they?
bad.
If you don't score as well as another team, then
You just have to
try
report them
harder.
cheating.
You start reporting them, hoping like they actually cheat. So like
Don't do that. If you start reporting teams, you're For
Please
not.
don't do that.
Yeah, that's like ridiculous.
For not like legitimate reason, they're probably gonna get banned or something. Like the
I
person
wish.
that reported
Yeah, I
falsely.
wish CyberPatriot would like inflict penalties on teams who report. But the problem is like people can report anonymously, so it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't really help. I mean,
If you
if you
knew,
really,
well, I mean, if you had to have your coach be the one to report a team and they had to use their email they're registered on CyberPatriot with, it would certainly help because people would no longer be able to just spam, ridiculous accusations and would have some kind of consequence tied to them if they, were trying to get other teams
Well,
penalized.
right now, do they allow you to anonymously report?
well, you can just go on to an anonymous email and email CPOC.
Also, I mean,
Seaport.
if you use your personal email, it's not tied to CyberPatriot. How are they gonna find you anyways?
Right. Which is why it should be restricted to the coaches only.
It really should. That any sort of report isn't allowed. And if you're going to report, at least have some evidence. I mean, how many reports do you think CyberPatriot gets? Hey, this team did well. I think they're cheating.
A lot, probably.
It really depends on how many people actually, go through with it, though. Like, I feel like a lot of teams would just sit there and use it as an excuse on why they're not doing well, but they wouldn't actually go through the process of saying, actually going through and emailing and accusing them of cheating. I'm sure there are teams out there that do that, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a large amount. Well, we don't know,
Any other questions? We have 20 minutes left, and we're not really doing much.
Semis is coming up very close, very fast.
It is coming up way too fast.
Yeah.
I have a very vague to-do list, and I've got 0 things done on it.
Yeah, I'm planning to finish like all the modules, go over them, finish the script, then like all the skill integration again.
How many like non-skills integration packet tracer challenges are there in the modules?
A lot.
Like,
But
for
usually
this
those are
round?
the only ones that are like useful. Because the other ones have like super specific instructions. So you're just like following the instructions pretty much instead of like actually like, interpreting the instructions, turning into like actual CLI commands and then like putting it in.
Well, I mean, that sort of helps. Like, first, if you do it first time around, going through and doing specifically what they show you, then you can correlate from what they tell you to do to what commands you need to use.
I guess. But like in the later on modules, like they barely have any of those. Like I try to look for one for like each time in the ASA one, but the only lab they have is for the skill integration. That's it.
Seriously?
Yeah. And then otherwise it's like video labs, and those are like super horrible.
Well, this round
Like,
it's
they're-
a completely different lesson, though, so that's probably why. Isn't this one CCNA?
No, last one were CCNA RNS. This one is CCNA Sec. So like it's a whole different book and like whole different course. Like this one is really, really, really useful though. Why is it cold in Texas? What the hell?
Imagine being cold in 2019.
Especially with all the global warming. It can't be happening,
Exactly.
obviously.
Obviously. Places
Yeah,
can't
dude.
be cold if there's global warming.
Precisely.
Totally.
No, I have climate control in my house. And
It's called air conditioning.
there can't be climate change when I control the climate.
Easy dub, easy dub.
Yeah, the only planet is like your room probably. Don't even
Alright.
go outside like the rest of us.
Alright, who's going for a negative score this round?
How about you do it?
Why I'm gonna not, because I'd like to make nats.
Me
Hopefully.
too. I mean, most of us have a shot at it, so
I wish my team in the middle school didn't get kicked. Then I could make because they had like a score like 5 last round because they got a -20 penalty.
how?
They had 2 Windows 10 images open instead of Windows 10 and Windows Server, and by the time they thought to email me, they had already lost like 20 points.
Damn.
How did they not notice they had 2 Windows 10 window? Okay, whatever.
Hold on.
I told them to download the images, and I'd be there to help them set it up. To be clear, I did not help them with any extra content. Just want to keep that clear.
Yes. This is the first year that we can compete with like the only team inside the room.
Yes, that's gonna be so useful. Oh, did I tell you Mason figured out what was wrong with the computers? And it's embarrassing.
What? What?
You know the little wireless things that go in the keyboards? Apparently they can stop your computer from booting.
What?
Yeah. So the reason they weren't booting was because we were plugging in the keyboards too early.
Before?
Right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that means
so
we
I-
have like
so I
usable
broke-
computers now.
I broke a motherboard in rage for no reason, basically.
Epic.
Why do you break a motherboard?
Okay, so like here's the
12
thing.
volt.
We were trying to reset. We were resetting CMOS and with a screwdriver, and
Oh god.
it didn't fix. No, that's fine. That's okay. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But what is a big deal is when you just decide, screw it, I'm gonna go connect random things on the motherboard with a screwdriver because this is not working and I think the board's dead and I don't care what happens. And you go over the RGB 12 volt with it
toasted.
and just
Toasted it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why we said we made a strat that like if we make national, we just send him going around, you know, checking on computers and just 12 volt it.
I'll be the technician.
Wait, you have a school computer which has an RGB header?
Yeah. Oh no, it's not a school. It's not a school computer.
Yeah.
We built
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah.
No, it's like,
Wait, that means that we have computers now, right? Like even more. We just only have one
Right. We
device.
have 7.
Like,
Yeah, we have 7.
then we can. What about the one that's like keep like turning on and off?
It's fixed.
Did y'all
The
fix
prob-
that one?
Literally, all the problem was that people were not plugging in the cable to the back well, like the power
Oh,
cable is not plugged
yeah.
in all the way. It's
What
because
the
it's
heck?
stiff in the power supply.
I can finally compete on a desktop, not a laptop anymore. Yay!
But like, do you want to?
Yeah. Oh wait, actually maybe not.
Because you have all your stuff on your desktop.
Yeah.
I mean, your laptop.
What? The only I have my notes on a Google Doc, and I can just transfer my toolbox, like transfer the .exe file. So
Mhm.
shouldn't be too hard. I can just Dropbox it to myself or something. Hello.
So
But yeah, as I was saying, honestly, for semis, you just have to pretty much just do what you've been doing all around. So
wait,
Maybe
really?
a little more.
It's that easy?
Maybe a
well,
little
yeah,
more.
Wow.
Is that how you get top of all service?
yeah.
All right, we're gonna take that advice.
Yeah. It's a good advice too.
Because when you are able to look at the which would give you points, so that way you can, and then that way you can add to your list, and so that way, and yeah.
They should let us have the README for like the packet tracers, like save it or something.
Well, if you, then what you can, that way you can, because then you're able to.
I don't think people know your encryption scheme.
Oh,
Mhm.
well, and it's not really that. So if you know what you're doing,
All right. I think it's time to wrap up the stream
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't seen a question in 30 minutes. All right, guys. Good stream.
Yes.
We will probably have
Yes.
another one after semis.
Ah.
Download our
That-
practice
that-
image coming out on Christmas. It's gonna be
That
dank.
one is gonna be sad after the semi, because a
Alright.
lot of people are not gonna make it. So.
All right.